Alright, we will start from where we left off. So now we are into solving not algebraic rational inequality, but specifically a rational inequality, which means basically you can see from your left hand side that this is a rational function, x minus 3 over x plus 1. So here I don't have to factor, I can see my two critical numbers are, that's why my first step, my two critical numbers are positive 3 and negative 1. And it says, so I'm going to put both of these, that's my step number 1, right? Now my step number 2 is to put both of these on the number line. When I put these on the number line, there is negative 1 here and positive 3 here. Okay, and then I like to put my open and closed circle. So what I have here, I have greater than equal to. So they both should be a closed circle. That means it's equal to, that means these values should be included, except this is a rational function. So remember, in a rational function, denominator cannot be equal to 0. There's always a discontinuity, right? So which basically means x cannot be equal to negative 1. You guys remember that? Which basically means negative 1, because of the discontinuity, will be an open circle, but positive 3 will be a closed circle because this is included. Okay, now that I've taken care of that, I will do my step number 3 where I do my test values. So you want to start by testing a value less than negative 1. I'll take x equals to negative 2. Substitute it in your equation. So negative 2, negative 3 over negative 2 plus 1. So negative over negative gives me, right? This, like I said, I don't care about the values. All you care about whether it's positive or negative. So negative 2, negative 3 is negative. This is also negative. Negative over negative gives you positive. So this interval is going to be positive. Okay, so now let's test a number between negative 1 and positive 3. And I would go with 0. Like I said, I always gravitate towards an easy number. So this 0 minus 3 is negative 3. And 0 plus 1 is 1. So this is a negative value. So here I get negative. This interval is going to be negative. And the last one is a value greater than 3. I take 4. So 4 minus 3 over 4 plus 1. Right? 4 plus 1. So this is positive. This is positive. Positive over positive is positive. Okay. So now I'm going to highlight. Then I'm going to look at what are they asking for. What am I looking for, positive values or negative values? So it's probably, you remember from your previous lesson that it is greater than equal to 0, which means you're looking for positive values. Where are my positive values? Here and here. So basically I'm going to say my solution is going to be, this is where you write your solution, all values of x between negative infinity and negative 1, parentheses, not brackets, and then all values greater than 3, but 3 is a closed circle, so be careful how you put this. So this is your solution. Alright, hope that's clear as to why you took positive. You took positive because it says greater than. What are they asking for? All values greater than 0, right? Okay. Next I'm going to look at number 2. I'm going to do one more, and hopefully that should give you enough of a background as to how to go about it. So here my first step is to find the critical numbers. Again, there's no need to factor. In question number 3, you'll have to factor to find your critical numbers. And this is already in the factored form, so I don't need to. So my critical numbers are positive 3, negative 2, and positive 1. And think about the discontinuity. X cannot be equal to positive 1. So this will be an open circle. This will be an open circle. Keep that in mind when we do our number line. This seems a little small. Let me see if I can zoom in. I thought I had. For some reason, it zoomed out. Alright, this is better. So when I put this on the number line, I have 3 numbers to put. The lowest is negative 2. Then I put a 1. Then I put a 3. And then they all should be a closed circle because less than equal to except for 1. So I'll take care of that first. So this is going to be an open circle, whereas these two are going to be closed circle. Because it says greater than equal to, right? I'm sorry, less than equal to. The equal to was why I was choosing to put it as a closed circle. Then step number 3, you do test values. So there are multiple test values to do. So you will start with values on this section less than -2. So I'll take x equals to -3. When you put -3 here, you have -3, -3, -3 plus 2 over -3 minus 1. Is this a positive or a negative? So -3, -3 is -6. So this is negative. -3 plus 2 is also negative. So this negative and negative should give you positive. And this is -3, -1 is negative. So positive or negative is going to be negative. Why is that only why is that I only care for positives and negative and not the values? Because all I'm looking for is all values of x less than equal to 0. They're not asking me to solve for x. There are multiple values, so I have to find that interval that solves it. So basically, looks like this will be a part of my solution. Why? Because you want negative less than equal to 0, right? Yeah. Okay. Anyway, let's finish all the test values. My next text value is going to be x equals to negative. Between -2 and 1, I want to take 0. Like I said, 0 always makes it easier. -3, 2, and -1. This is negative, 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 negative cancels to give you positive. Then you're going to take a value between 1 and 3. So you're going to take 2. Go ahead and test it out and you'll actually find it's negative. And then you take x equals to any value greater, let's say take 4. And you will actually find when you substitute it, it will be positive. Go ahead and do the test and you'll find that it'll be positive or negative. Okay, so what is my last step? My last step, so once you'll find this to be, like I said, this is going to be negative and this is going to be positive, and you test it, and that's what I put here. So what will be my solution? What will be my solution? It says less than equal to 0. That means you want negative values. So where are my negative values? Here and here. Right? How do you write that as in the interval notation? I've crossed this out because please don't do 4. 4 is it's set up in a very different way, and we're not doing this. You will work on 3 by yourself, but please cross out 4. So I want to continue using the space. So how my solution is this. So all values from -∞ to -2 and -2 is included. And then you take the next negative interval. So that's between 1 is not included, and 3 is included. And that's it. The next is positive. So this is my solution. This is my solution. Hope it's clear how you do that. So in your head, if you can break it down into 4 steps. Critical numbers, put the critical numbers in the number line. Make sure you mark open circle, closed circle. And then test one number in each critical number intervals, and then write the solution. When you write the solution, you should be looking at whether it is are they asking for positive values or negative values, depending on whether it's less than 0, greater than 0. All right, I'll let you guys work on this by yourself, looking at the notes. There's the key, right? So you can use the notes and the key and work on that by yourself. And I will stop here, and we will continue in the next lesson.